The shutting to Central Link will connect several existing railway lines to form two strategic railway corridors. East-South Corridor. Passengers can travel from Wu Kai Sha and go through Hong Kong to Tuen Mun directly, while North-South Corridor will let passengers across from Lo Wu to Lok Ma Chau to Hong Kong Island. The SCL provides a fast, comfortable and reliable railway service that saves travelling time. It also helps relieving road traffic congestion and pressure on the Tai Wai to Kowloon Town section and the Nathan Road corridor of the Tsuen Wan line. The SCL helped the redevelopment of the old districts that currently rely on road transport, such as Hong Kong, Ho Man Tin, To Kwa Wan, and Ma Ta Wai, by providing them with rail service. The SCL provides convenient access to the multi-purpose stadium in the Kai Tak new development area, thereby spurring the growth of tourism and the commercial activities. The values of the properties along the railway corridor increase. The SCL reduces noise and roadside air pollution by reducing road traffic, thereby improving the quality of life as trains are emission-free. During operation, noise is produced which greatly affects the neighborhood. To reduce the noise pollution, 5 environmental impact assessments have been conducted. Most of the line is to build underground. Noise barriers and enclosures will be erected to minimize noise exposure. The design of the trains and tracks will also reduce noise. The design of the new line therefore has been adjusted to make it 10 dB quieter than the limit, so the two lines together will be within the noise limit. The SCL will pass under the remains of the Long Chun Stone Bridge. The vibration of the tunnel boring machine could damage it. Thin steel bars will be inserted horizontally to form cage under the bridge to be the outline of the tunnel. Handheld equipment will then be used to dig out the ground within the cage to create the tunnel. The MTR has set up its in-house risk management team to manage all risks including project risks, design safety and constructability, identify and control hazards for railway extension operation. The construction method to be adopted will depend on various factors, such as topography and geology. Drill and blast is to drill holes in the tunnel surface and install explosives to create tunnels. Less work is required and MTR Corporation is experienced in DMB method. It is used in tunnel between Hin Ting and Ma Chai Hang and tunnel from the south of Admiralty Station. Tunnel boring machine excavates and removes excavated materials. It requires less work area and minimizes the impact to the public facilities and traffic of nearby areas. It is used in tunnel between Ma Chai Hang Playground and Kai Tak development area. Also, it is used in tunnel between To Kwa Wan Station and Ho Man Tin Station. Cuts and cover method is used for shallow excavation in soft ground. It is a basic method and it is used in tunnels connecting to Kai Tak Station and tunnels connecting to Hong Kong Station. Immersed tunnel method lower immersed tube unit to form tunnels. It will not affect the ship's transportation. It is used to build 1.3 km SCL Cross Harbour Tunnel across Victoria Harbour. In fact, the SCL is a project which was introduced many years ago. At that time, the transportation infrastructure was not well developed in Hong Kong. Congestion was everywhere, especially traveling to Hong Kong Island. Therefore, the demand for the SCL at that time was really high. However, As the project has delayed due to these years, the transportation system has improved much, like the Mao-Shan Line, Westwell Line, etc. The effectiveness in solving the congestion problem of the SCL has decreased. Although the effectiveness of the SCL has decreased, developers had already built the building along the line like Kaidak, Homentin for developing the area. Therefore, government has no choice but to keep the project because if the project stopped, the land price in those areas will drop immediately. Due to the pressure given by the developers, government decided to keep the project.
我想問下你平時咧多數會點樣去中環嘅？
咁我屋企咧就住顯徑村嘅，咁我平時就會搭架小巴啦，咁去大圍地鐵站嘅。咁然之後喺大圍地鐵站就轉去九龍塘站啦，之後就搭呢個係咪觀塘線啊？就搭到去中環咯，係咯。大概個過程快嘅就9個字，慢咪1個鐘到咯。
咁如果我想問咧，有咗沙中線之後咧，覺得對你嘅影響大唔大咧？
對我嚟講啊，如果我真係要去中環或者之後我轉工去中環嘅話，影響都會幾大，因為始終巴士嘅話咧，或者等小巴時間都唔穩定啦。咁如果搭地鐵嘅話就會準時啲，咁可能都會影響大啲嘅，係啦。不過而家就暫時就喺旺角嗰邊工作啦，同埋我都會去旺角嗰邊多，咁所以現階段嚟講，就算有沙中線嚟影響你嘅生活都不大。
咁最後咧，而家沙中線咧就話想喺顯徑度起多個站啦，咁你對於顯徑站有啲咩意見啊？
我聽聞就好似會喺顯徑村近面池嗰邊啦。咁我而家屋企咧就其實離嗰度嘅距離都會有一段距離嘅。咁就啱啱其實同去大圍地鐵站冇乜分別咯。咁所以咧我就覺得係其實個地鐵站就唔幾方便。
For the Hinking station, in fact the distance between Hinking and Taiwan is very close. Also, the location of the station is near the Hinking swimming pool, where it's between the Hinking estate and Taiwan station. It is very inconvenient for the Hinking residents. Additionally, the resident in Hinking estate has a high proportion of elderly people who will seldom go to the places like Kowloon on Central. To conclude, the Hinking station itself has a low demand and its location is also inefficient for the Hinking resident. Government claimed that the SCL will be used to reduce the burden of certain empty lot stations like Kowloon Town. However, the SCL only gives another choice for New Territories residents to travel to Central by either line. However, most people live in New Territories choose to take buses rather than MTR because there will be no process of changing line. Therefore, we can conclude that most New Territories residents who use Kowloon Town as interchange platform are not going to Central, and the SCL in fact cannot share the burden of the Kowloon Town station. For Admiralty, it is already the interchange platform for the Chinwan Line and Island Line, which are two of the busiest lines. If the SCL also has one station there, Admiralty will become overcrowded, especially in peak hours. Also, as mentioned, many people choose to take bus to Hong Kong Island rather than take MTR. Although SCL can attract some people, the environmental problems and the high costs due to the construction of additional underwater tunnel outweigh its benefit. In fact, the West Harbour Tunnel, far from reaching its maximum capacity, we recommend government to take back the ownership of the Western Harbour Tunnel and decrease the fee using it. So it can help to solve congestion problem in Cross Harbour Tunnel but not lead to have an extra undersea tunnel. The only reason that we should keep the SCL is that the population to Homentin, Kaidak and To Kwa Wan provided enough demand for these stations. Also, the railway network did not cover the above areas before the SCL. So, The residents in those areas are those who benefit most from the SCL.